What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're playing Doki Literature Club. It's a game that I always wanted to play, but I was just not sure how my parents would react to me playing it, so I'm a gangsta, like I said. Now, I know that this game is just psychological horror, so we're gonna see though why it is, because I don't really know. I know that this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed, as it says. Yeah, we know. Fuck. Banger Ostito. Okay, I'm Slav. Or should I like I really babe. Hey, I see an annoying girl towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl's Yuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Okay, then why is she annoying? I don't think she's a very good friend if she's annoying. It might just be me. I know the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. This music is so loud. Because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crossway and let Yuri catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop to wait for you. You say like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Irelia. Well, if people stare at you and for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As if we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Irelia, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I already told you, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Siri likes to worry a little bit too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I was worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming the need. The need? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll give you clubs if it makes you happy. No promise. Well, at least promise me you'll try a little. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Why am I such a bitch? Bro, this makes no sense. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Suri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Suri must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah! Yeah? Fuck. There is no way I'm going to your club. Me? Oh my god, I'm so gay. Sayori's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest in the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Why do you care so much anyway? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to plan all of this ahead of time. Okay, first thoughts. Why is my character such a bitch? And second of all, why am I reading this so... Fine, I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Damn. I dejectedly. I dedicatedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third-year classrooms and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom. Everyone, the new member is here. Damn, this OST. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. My. Who is this? Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Irelia. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Why is my character not only a bitch, but What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Bro, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Again, the bitch. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can ignore her when she gets moody. Why is everybody here such a bitch? Poor Natsuki. Sayori says that quietly into my ear. Oh, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Why'd I start on say? Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Why does it sound like that? That's right. It's great to see you again, Irelia. Monica smiles at me sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me generally feels a little you too, Monica. Come down. Come sit down, Aurelia. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got too little excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Why did I make her sound so manly? The girls have a desk arranged to form a table. As Yuri mentioned, it's been widened so that there is no space next to me, next to Monica, and one space next to Sayori. What? Why can I not read today? Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the classroom where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Yuri. Natsuki proudly marches over the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wah! Wah! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray, revealing a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Damn! The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one! Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full as she already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Finally, bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Girl, who are you calling a dummy? I give up on Natsuki, weird logic, and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set? Keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. And don't let yourself get intimidated. He was just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted Yuri looks away. I mean that... You know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I enjoyed reading. Enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica what I was particularly dragged here by Sayori. I mean, if you want to get in the bag, don't tell the truth. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Oh my god. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club as fun and exciting for everyone. Subtle flex, bro. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be on a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? What is a debate club? Do you just debate like, I like cookies? No, cupcakes are better. Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Poutine feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Okay, that sounds like bullshit. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it in that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival, what festival, that much more important. I'm confident that I'm confident that all really that I'm confident that we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, you know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they are all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I really don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Irelia, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a foreign world is in such a foreign world is equally as impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerses me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you out of a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. That's really grasps something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Okay, that's just bullying, bro. What the? Monica, it's not that deep. What? Okay. Left a piece of scrap paper behind last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes? Your poems. Everything you do is just cute as you are. Siri slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulder. That's not how it looks like, bro. It looks weird. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You won't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for you, Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea for everyone. I don't know what to do for a fucking question mark. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzled at Monica. Let's go home and write poems of our own. Then next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I don't. It's just 3 dots, okay? Like, I don't know what to do there. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now we have a new member. I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Aurelia? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at and I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Aurelia, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Oh my god, why am I horny? No, I meant the game. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision? How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if I'm writing poems, is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up. I wish this was me. Yes! I'm so happy! Siri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'll be pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember today's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Aurelia, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Oh my god. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skill? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. That rhymes. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Aurelia, since we're already here, would you like to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, mine as well. Yay! With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Why? Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. I feel like if I would say who's the hottest, I would say... me. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer with one of the girls. Alright. Just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess this starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem. So right now, I'm actually don't know who to pick. Okay, so I think first of all, I'm gonna go with Yuri because, yeah, I think, okay, she says she likes horror and complex novels. So, like, very complex words. Okay, so, like, vertigo, graveyard, wrath, uh, hope. Oh, that's theory. Heaven sent. What is heaven sent? Grief. What? That was that Sayori. Hopeless. What the? Incapable. Deseri. Uh. Intellectual. Tenacious. Disoriented. Electricity. Excitement. Fuck. Horror. Embrace. Okay. I really need to go to Yuri. Depression? How is that Sayori? Infinite. Vivid. Or covet. I'm so locked in this game. Unrestrained. Yeah. Hi again, Aurelia. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least try to keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Aurelia. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserved any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. Okay, Natsuki, calm down. I don't know if you plan on just coming here and hanging out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Why is everybody here a bitch? What? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. I don't think that's what she tries to say. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Aurelia always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy and distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Damn. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Baby. No, how come? You and Aurelia can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to this weird situation she put me into. Oh. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so you should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we couldn't, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading that much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for this club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Jerry and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help to notice her intense expression while she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in her closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of at the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be in the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Belly makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just reading a bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread. Is it read some of it or reread? I wanted to read some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear that. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moved in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. What? And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of... How is this relatable? That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Irelia? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forget that Yuri is into those things. She's so... Why did they put a tongue twister? She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because of someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals of their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-side morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I shouldn't let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Uh, that's... Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Uh, what are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my handbag. Alright, it's fine. I'll sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. That's... I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particular bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of one of my eye. I realized that she's not usually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looked like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean into a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead, I use my right arm to hold my book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. I like this view. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Which one is that? I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. Is the forefinger the big one? I don't know. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of the vision. Are you ready? Turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet.
Bombastic side-eye.
Why is she side-eyeing me? I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of a page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. So, wasn't it like she getting hunted by people? I wouldn't take that as a compliment, personally. You think so? How does she? Well, I mean, she's a bit more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses a lot of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Irelia, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing. You think that? Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it in a kind of cute way. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I don't know. It's just an exclamation point. I think it's about time that we share the poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ugh. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a little bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright, I stand up, I make a mental note from where I left off in the book, then slip back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I really find much inspiration since I've really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sierra and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sierra is a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica's wrote her in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's persistent handwriting from where I sit. Netsuke and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bag. I do the same myself. Okay, who am I gonna show my poem first? I think I'm gonna do Monica. Because I think she put most work in, I think. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know that I'm putting in effort. Hi, Aurelia. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Aurelia. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we need to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand my poem to Monica. Great job, Aurelia. I was going, in my head while reading it. The what? I was going, in my head while reading it. What does that mean? It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are let to derive their own meaning out of it. It's kind of challenging to write that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it by feel. I'm gonna write a poem for everyone. One poem for everyone. Rather than deeply analyze all of the nuisance. It can take years to practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near the level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find a new kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you find one that suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know it wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind. I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out of the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with the permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I was looking for it. I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Okay. I don't know. I think she's like, I don't get it. But whatever. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's kind of the style I gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure I know how to put this. I guess you could say I have kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a lot. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here is Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make the perfect, then you'll never make it any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. I thought that's a good point. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I'm gonna go to Siri. This is a good poem, Aurelia. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would really write poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Aurelia. Deep down, you're not selfish at all. You're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. knowing how much it means to her and all. Yeah, I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Hey! Now you'll read my poem, too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky's blue, a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay, the last one is very relatable. It was actually a good poem. I think I understand, I think what I'm getting from this, that I think it's about me. Like, I'm her sunshine. I think that's what I mean. That's what they meant. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. I'm hungry. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thank you for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. I'm gonna go to... I didn't spend time with Natsuki at all. This entire club time. Question mark? Aurelia, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What do you expect me to believe? That you actually put effort into this? Oh my god, stop being a bitch. Do you think I'm stupid? Yes. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not a very good, but I did put effort in. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. It's just too... You have to stop ending a sentence with nothing. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. It's simple. I don't know. I feel like this is the poem that I would write because I am not good at making shit up. But definitely, I don't know. I like this, I guess. Yeah. I told you that that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, Seeing everybody around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it all fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Okay, I know. I feel like Natsuki's a bitch, but then, like... Yeah, I've heard that she's like the tsundere. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud then I won't take that away from her. Okay, now I guess Yuri. I wrote that for her. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Ugh. He's going to hate me. You really didn't have anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I going to be nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Uh-huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of this poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can blame for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by experience and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing for herself to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be the literature club? Ghost under the light. This is very long. This is very hard for me to read. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the rest of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. the light flickers, I flicker back. What? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all, but it took you a long time to read. That's true, it did. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. I don't like, that's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Who? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Irelia. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance overhead after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only beginning of symbology compared to a ghost. Lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left without nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Whereas was impressive too, so. Nah. If anything, I could have probably learned a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Aurelia. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated, as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. Okay, I guess Sayori and Monica are like really good friends. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try so hard to come up with something nice to say? Okay, that actually, I would take it that way too. Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Irelia did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style, so I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And I really like my poem too, you know? He even told me that I was impressive by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that I really appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Uh-huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you just that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would have to deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Uh, is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the— oh my god. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew in size as soon as I really started showing up. What am I playing, bro? Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little— this doesn't involve you. Both of them saying— yeah. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was staying there. Aurelia, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain to herself, Aurelia. Wait, there's a reason we all have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Aurelia? Well? How did I get dragged into here in the first place? That was not a sentence. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they probably think more highly of me. Help me, Sayori. I need help. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth, so instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Eh? Yeah? Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making— What? I didn't want to— Okay, how can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Well, that's not her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Yuri wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she is being. Natsuki, it's not that deep. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes— Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint the beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. Why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same way they always were. Okay.
Big and beautiful.
What? Okay. Okay. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. Not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows everything what she's doing. Why is everybody a bitch to say, or you literally like saved the entire situation? Why are we calling her an airhead? Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see herself get hurt. That makes it 2 of us. You can count on me. Monica smiled sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. That should be about time for us to leave today. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Aurelia, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Aurelia, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that thing happen regularly? It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Aurelia, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day's gonna be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, just have to see the future holds. What the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the head. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Another poem. We're gonna do this one for Sayori. She likes happy and sad. Tears, raindrops. Doki. No, it's for Natsuki. Sing. Cute ribbon. Oh, how's that Natsuki? Clouds. Bunny. No, no, that's for Yuri. Fuck. You know what? Let's just skip to the next day because this voiceover is absolutely going nowhere. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Aurelia. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple way to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always a simple thing with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come down to buy a snack with me? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Yuri? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just want to look at it. Yuri nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill on the floor. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. You have enough money in the first place. You would have buy a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and you want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spend all your money so that I will have to buy for you. But there's no— oh fuck, you're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Oh, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Damn. Your soundly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her books as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I was just— something in my book. Yuri, tell Aurelia to let me borrow some money. Don't let me get involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean like that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen too much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come here if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Whop. Damn, oofla slap. Yeah? I don't know where somebody smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles. And in the— what? Oh, what was that? A cookie? Sure enough, it was a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Okay, I don't like I'm on drugs. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. This voiceover is so fucking dog shit. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her sit and goes behind Natsuki and then wraps her arms around her. Jeez, I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Ooh, what the fuck? Mouthful, Sayori throts to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometime. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where is Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had to do something today. She's pretty popular after all. You think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She probably is more desirable than all of us combined. That's not true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Okay, guys, so this is not a voiceover, this is like at the top of my head, I guess. Yeah, this is gonna be it for the video. I actually put a lot of time into this. I think I did like a month to make this, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm pretty new to this, and also I'm lazy like crap. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I actually like this series. I've already played, like, I think I already played through the first act, I think, like in the time that I made this, so I have a lot of footage still to edit, and let's just say you do not want to miss what happens in the third episode. Yeah, I know. Some of you guys probably know it already because this series is like came out in 2016, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, goodbye.